Yesterday the new Deep Purple album Whoosh was released. Once again a great album by one of my favorite bands. And this is the second track of the album. It's called Drop the Weapon. And I had some time yesterday, so I tried to transcribe it. I'm doing sheet music for it and I will upload it on my Patreon page in the next days. Check it out. The link is down in the description. The song starts in the key of G and the intro riff uses the open G string as a pedal tone for the riff, and the melody is played on the B string. And the first half of the intro riff goes like this. We start on the 6th fret of the B string and play the B string together with the G string. Then we play the open G string twice, muted with the right hand. Then once again G string together with the 6th fret of the B string. Then once again the open B string, and then we go down to the 5th fret of the B string. Then open G string, and then down to the 3rd fret of the B string. So far. Then we play the open G string twice, move up to the 5th fret and do a hammer around to the 6th fret. Then back to the 5th fret, open G string, and then once again down to the 3rd fret. The riff played so far. Then we go down to the 1st fret of the B string, and the 1st fret is played together with the open G string. And then we play the open G and the open B and the open G string together. Then up to the 1st fret again. And the rest of the bar is filled with the open G string. And this last lick is played twice, so the 2 bars go like this. And the whole first half of the intro riff. The second half is slightly different. We start once again on the 6th fret. But instead of playing the open G string twice after we played it together with the 3rd fret, we only play it once alone, and then before we go up again to the 5th and the 6th fret, we play the open G string with the 3rd fret together. So the second half of the riff goes like this. The last 2 bars of the intro riff are also slightly different. We start on the 1st fret of the B string, then the G string alone, then once again the 2 strings together, and then we move down to both open strings, G string 2 times, and then once again the 1st fret, and back to the open strings. And the last bar of the intro riff is the open 2 strings followed by the 1st fret. So this is the last bar. The second half played completely. and the whole intro riff played once again. And then the verse starts, and the verse is a little bit difficult to play because of the reason that the first 4 notes are all on the 3rd fret of the E string, of the A string, of the D string, and of the G string, and this feels a little bit weird to play. I guess Steve Morse plays the first note with his thumb. I'm not sure, but I think he does it this way. And then we use our first finger to play the next 3 notes. And the 5th note is on the 5th fret of the D string. Then we move down to the 3rd fret of the A string, 5th fret of the A string, and then the 3rd fret of the D string. So the first bar of the verse goes. The second bar is nearly the same. The last note is not the 3rd fret of the D string, it's the 6th fret of the low E string. Then the 3rd bar is once again as the first bar. The 4th bar of the riff is also nearly the same, but the last note of the 4th bar is the 3rd fret of the open E string and replaces beat 1 of the next bar. The rest of the 5th bar is the same as the first bar. The 6th bar is the same as the 2nd bar, and the 7th bar is the same as the 3rd bar. And the last bar of the verse riff starts on the 5th fret of the D string, then low E string, 1st fret of the E string, 2nd fret of the E string, and then back to the 3rd fret played with the thumb again. So the complete verse part played slowly. This whole section is repeated. After the verse, there's a pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus starts with an E flat power chord. I guess it's played in this position, 6th fret of the A string and the 8th fret of the D string. I'm not so sure because there's a lot of going on in the mix and there's a lot of keyboard, and so it's hard to figure out which voicings are exactly played. But I guess it's this E flat power chord. Hold for 1 bar, and then it goes to a B flat major chord, and I guess this B flat major chord is played in that way. It's a B with a D in the bass. So we have the 5th fret of the A string and the 8th fret of the D string, and and then we go down to the C power chord, 3rd fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D string for 2 bars. Then we repeat the section, once again the E flat, B over D, C power chord, and the pre-chorus ends with a little melody, which leads in the chorus section. And the melody starts on the 5th fret of the A string, 3rd fret of the A string, down to the 6th fret of the E string, once again up to the 3rd fret of the A string, back to the 6th fret of the E string, 5th fret of the E string, and then down to the 1st fret of the E string. The chorus riff goes like this. We start on the 3rd fret of the E string, down to the 1st fret of the E string, back to the 3rd fret, and this figure is repeated. Second bar we start once again on the 3rd fret, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret. So the first 2 bars of the chorus section. Third bar is the same as the first bar. And the 4th bar is only filled with some dead notes. So the whole 4 bars. And this whole part is repeated 4 times for the chorus. Then we repeat the complete verse section, we repeat the complete pre-chorus, and we repeat the complete chorus section. And after the second chorus, there's a bridge part, and the time signature changes. We started in 4/4, and the bridge part is in 6/4. And also the key of the song changes to kind of E minor. We start with an E power chord. I guess it's this E power chord on the 7th fret of the A string, 9th fret of the D string. Hold for a whole bar. Then go down to D power chord, hold for the complete bar, C power chord, hold for the complete bar, A power chord, hold for a complete bar. Then we repeat this E power chord for a complete bar, D, C, and on the last 2 bars we start once again with the A power chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and then we move to a D sus chord. We bar the 7th fret of the D, of the G and of the B string, and use our second finger to hold the 8th fret of the B string. This is our D sus, and then we remove the second finger to have a D major chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and so the complete last 2 bars. We start on the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and So the complete bridge part goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And then a guitar solo starts in the key of A. The comping part for the guitar solo, which is played by the bass, goes like this. We start on the 5th fret of the E string, down to the low E string, 3rd fret of the E string, back to the 5th fret. Then we play once again the 5th fret of the E string, down to the 3rd fret, and down to the open E string. And this pattern is played over again for 16 bars. The guitar solo is 16 bars long. Then after the guitar solo there's an organ solo, and the organ solo is in the key of C. And the guitar comping for the organ solo is we start on the 3rd fret of the A string, down to the 1st fret of the A string, down to the 3rd fret of the E string, and then once again up to the C 3rd fret of the A string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and repeat them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the 4th bar of the riff ends in this chromatic movement on the low E string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we repeat the whole section for 4 times. After the keyboard solo there's a section which features the drums, and the guitar is playing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The section starts on the open A string, then we go up to the 5th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the G string, then 7th fret of the D string down to the 5th fret of the A string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in the next bar there's a drum fill happening. Then we play nearly the same line 1 string lower. We start on the low E string, 5th fret of the E string, 5th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D string, 7th fret of the A string, and then we go down to the G to the 3rd fret of the low E string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once again a drum fill is happening. Then we play the first line again, and then we have a short guitar fill. We bar the G and the B string on the 7th fret with our 3rd finger. Do bluesy bending. then down to the 5th fret, same 2 strings, and then once again up to the 7th fret. And after this we go back to our chorus section. As we played it before. After the chorus section we play once again the bridge part, starting on the E power chord in 6/4 once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this bridge part is repeated as an ending for the song, but it's transposed to G minor. We start on the 3rd fret of the low E string, 5th fret of the D string with the G power chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to F. 1, 2, 1st fret of the E string, 3rd fret of the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then to an E flat power chord played on the 6th fret of the A string and the 8th fret of the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we go to a C sus chord. It's played in the same way as we did the D sus chord before, but on the 3rd fret we bar the 3rd fret of the D, the G and the B string, and use our 2nd finger for the 6th fret of the B string. Going down to the C major chord, once again to the sus chord, back to the major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is the ending for the song. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments. Please click subscribe if you haven't, and check my Patreon page for the sheet music. I will upload it in the next days. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.